Awesome. Hello, everybody. Should I move this, Mandy? Move it? Okay, it's okay. Sorry, videographer Mandy, everybody. She's been holding it down on the live stream. We're getting lots of compliments about the quality and the broadcast. People are actually watching it on the other side of the show, so great job. It's kind of fun to hear, oh, I've been watching your panels from my booth. I'm like, oh, hope your bosses don't know about that. The bigger picture of this booth is really the Print Media Center's connection to the people of the print industry through social media. And I think that it's only fair that I tell my own story before we start this panel. I was working in advertising. I lost my job for like the 900th time because the client, whatever. And I started this group on LinkedIn called Print Production Professionals in order to meet with and network with people in my area that could help me find work. So it was other print buyers, people from our advertising agencies and marketing agencies. It was printers, because printers love getting jobs for print buyers because we become loyal customers. And then it was also for human resource people who service the creative community. Well, once the community started building, and once there was a creative community, there was a printer community. And once there was a printer community, the suppliers came. And once the suppliers came, the suppliers to the suppliers came. And now this group is the world's largest print group on LinkedIn and in the world. There's 95,000 people in it. It grows every day. And it is really what has made me the ambassador to the printiverse. I am not a printer. I'm actually one of those print customers who really just wants information and wants to understand, how can I make myself, credible and viable and have a career path in a world that's telling me that print is dying. I better start, learning how to build websites. But that's not really the case. But anyhow, it all comes around that I consider the audience my customers, and all the people that I work with that give me money, for lack of a better word, my partners, because they've got to do stuff too. I'm just one person. They have to be on doing the right things, first of all, that I even want to get involved in, that I would think that the community would want to get involved in, and then they have to put the time and effort into having the conversations when I say, hey, someone in my LinkedIn group is looking for this type of printer. Who are your customers? And we go through this all the time. I sent a pretty big job to Domtar. We almost had a pretty big success with Pitney the other day, but they went another way. It wasn't our fault. But we got through. We're sending business through that. And the reason I bring it up is because that audience is my customers, that is how I provide customer service. I use my connections I've made through social media, and I'm able to tap into those resources and pass them back down the chain through all of my channels and say, look, I can't speak for this, I don't buy presses, but this is the information they're saying, and if this is right for you, great. If not, here's information from another place, or I don't know because those people aren't talking to me. So this panel is about social service. So I just wanted to start with my story, and now we will stop talking about me and talk about the panel. It is rather poignant that on September 11th, we have here the head of social media for the TSA. And on this day, I just want to give you a big shout out and a sincere thanks for your service to our country. And all travelers that pass through it safely. As well, you guys must have been in unbearable hell these last few weeks with these weather events. I believe that's what they call them in airport terms, right? A weather event. And those weather events must have pissed off a lot of people with Twitter accounts. we'll get into that a little later, but I have to say that following the TSA Instagram account gives you a new appreciation into taking your shoes off and waiting on that line, because people are sneaky bastards. And then others are just lunatics, and they think that they could take crossbows with arrows on planes because they're not guns. So who are you, David? What do you do? And how many social channels do you manage or monitor on a daily basis?
Thanks, Deborah. I'm David Johnston. I'm the social media strategist for TSA. As far as how many channels we monitor, we have our Instagram presence that you mentioned. We have our Twitter account, which is also kind of an interesting follow. Mm-hmm. And we, 2 years ago, launched Ask TSA, which is a customer service-based social media account that is on Twitter and on Facebook Messenger.
Marifer? By the way, Marifer is behind the @PitneyBowes handle and is by far my aspiring dream of how to create, how to help companies really get together. When you started, there was no, well, tell your story. I don't want to tell your story for you, but make sure you tell that story, because that's why I love you. And hers is the only print chat on the planet that I'm jealous of, Power Precision Chat. So, but I come to it just so, I pray to God somebody mentions me on her chat. I'm like, I'm going to get 30,000 followers from this thing. So go ahead.
Hi everyone, my name is Marifer Rodriguez, and I'm the person behind the PitneyBowes brand. I've been with PitneyBowes for about 6 years. We met with Deborah about maybe 5 years. A Twitter relationship, really. So we have employee advocacy program at PitneyBowes where we train employees to be active on social. That was born about 3 years ago. We have around 5 social media channels that we monitor. We have a presence on Facebook, on Twitter, on LinkedIn. We have a PB Cares Twitter handle, customer service as well. And as PitneyBowes moves to new industries, we are thinking about also moving to new social media channels that are more consumer, facing. We've also been going through a process of reducing our channels. When I joined, there were, like 300 social media channels around the world. So we've been reducing that number. Right now we have about 6 global social media channels that we monitor and manage. I'm here at Print 17, obviously tweeting and sharing everything that is happening at the conference and everything that is happening at the PitneyBowes booth. So I'm excited to be here. And we always join the print chat. We love to join the print chat. We have built really great relationships there. And we have our own monthly chat, tweet chat, every month. That's the one that Deborah is referring to.
But just so you know, she schedules it so it doesn't interfere with mine on purpose. So
Absolutely.
That is about partnerships.
Absolutely.
Because those two would wipe each other out. It would be bad.
Yes. We also have a program with influencers. So that's what Deborah is talking about, the type of individuals that join our chats. That's actually worked on, right? It's not just, we have about 10 really important and have a large following social influencers, and we have been building that program where we actually build relationship with these influencers. It's not just a one-time thing, but throughout the year we have different programs with them. So they join our chats, and that really takes the chat to a whole new level.
It really does. You're on that chat, and 5 minutes later you look at Twitter and it's trending on freaking Twitter. It's spectacular, and I hate it at the same time.
And Deborah is always welcome to join us.
Thank you. Joe Kern.
Hi, I'm Joe Kern. I'm the sales manager and marketing manager at Docket Manager. We're a London, Canada-based company in Ontario. I'm in our Chicago office. I've been with the company for about a year, so I've been building their social media network since then. We do the 3 major, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. I'm working on trying to build out an Instagram and toying around with the idea of a Snapchat. I want to go into that space and see some creative things that we can do with that. But I've been doing social media and social media marketing and customer service for almost 10 years now for various companies. So I've got a lot of experience in it, and it's really a great tool to use in the print industry. And I don't know if I'm pre-answering a question or not, but I feel like I still have to tell printers that, that tell me I don't have time to do social media. That's not true. You don't have the time not to do social media, so you got to get on it. Very important.
Thanks so much. Joanne Gore, Avanti. No, the other microphone, please.
Sorry.
Oh, by the way, I'm sorry. I meant to Joe's first-time Alliance member, everybody. Yay! And Avanti, this is your fourth year, third year, three-peat, three-peat, 3 or 4?
3 or 4. I lost track.
Let's say 4.
It's our fourth.
It's 4. Joanne Gore from Avanti, my very good friend. Nice to see you, JoJo. Tell everybody what you do, who you are, and how many social channels are you monitoring or managing each day?
So, surprisingly, my name is Joanne Gore, because Deborah hasn't said it enough times. I'm the marketing director over at Avanti, and I manage more than just the social channels, but we have Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and YouTube. Last year at Graph Expo, we launched a whole new social media initiative called Ask Avanti, and I'm proud to share that as a result of that, we have developed a lot of materials in conjunction with our customers and some of our fellow partners and vendors as well. We've got a few ebooks out, and we have a new one. I was hoping to have it ready in time for the show, but we don't. But it's a really great ebook focused on the ROI of Print MIS, and it really digs deep into those our customer stories where they found ROI, but not the soft, oh, I have more time or whatever. It's what does that translate into dollars? So all of this could not have been possible without the whole Ask Avanti initiative. And not to steal from Ask TSA, the main reason is because our tagline is, we have answers. So Ask Avanti kind of made sense.
Right.
But super proud to be included on this panel with so many of my peers. Print chat, can't say enough about it. I run into people, and I know them from their Twitter handle. And then I look up, oh, that's what you look like. So it is truly an amazing opportunity. I do want to say, I'm a little bit discouraged by how printers have embraced social media. I still feel there's a big struggle, and there is a huge bias. To your point, Joe, I don't have time to do social media. I think we need to change and stop talking about it as social media, because that's where we're running into they've got this thing and they think social media is just playing on your computer. It's not. We're talking to customers, we're talking to partners, we're talking to vendors, and we're communicating with them, and we're having these conversations. And I think that as social media experts, we need to really change those conversations with the printers and get them to understand that social media is conversations and an opportunity to generate revenue. It really is. If you approach it properly, right, you can right, make some really smart business decisions by learning and engaging with your customers, right, even your competition, right, and your partners.
And you basically can create a global network in your pajamas, quite frankly. Ashley.
So on that note, I'm Ashley Madak. I'm the marketing brand manager at Domtar. We have, I guess, 2 sets of social media handles. We have Domtar Every Day, which is more corporate communications, sustainability, investor relations, and we have Domtar Blue Line, which is more for the brands. Right now we have a YouTube channel, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. I guess we're unique for a company as big as we are because we don't have a dedicated social media team. It's actually managed by myself, my boss, Vanessa Carr. So it's, when you talk to us on social media, you're actually talking to one of us whose job it is to work with you. But, as my friend Joe pointed out, we can't afford not to do it. It's part of our jobs, and it really is a relationship building tool.
Okay, so we have 15 minutes left. There's a Hanukkah Minolta event after with free coffee and snacks, and everyone should stay and learn about the new value of print. But so what I want to do is I have a bunch of questions, but let's treat it like print chat. You're all tweeters. You have 140 characters or less. So we're talking short answers here, okay? Everyone knows how to tweet. Everyone will be fine. So with the fear of negative comments being the biggest fear for business using social media. And having TSA here, of course, I mean, does anyone get more negative comments than TSA? What is the best advice for businesses in regard to creating policy for negative comments, but hold, the tone of the response, and how to win people over after that, which I'm sure you actually need to try to at least do. But this is for everybody, but I'm going to start with you for God's sakes. TSA is here, social media.
You know, a lot of times when you're talking about winning over your haters, it's really just engaging them in conversation. A lot of people will get on social media and yell at you and scream at you and say your company's horrible or, you know, really bad things about you. Once they realize you're engaged in that conversation and you're actually listening to them, that goes a long way to actually winning people over. If you're talking about, you know, in our case, citizens and passengers, or if you're talking about customers of your brand. As far as the second part of your question, as setting up, I guess, policies for dealing with people like that, you know, our team that runs AskTSA, we try to give them the leeway to respond in kind. If a person is being funny with us, we'll have a little fun with them back. If it's something that's very serious and it needs to be taken seriously, we will, you know, give that the appropriate respect and deal with them the way that it needs to be dealt with. So it's a lot about almost, I call it shadow boxing. If a person's going to come at you and they're being very aggressive, then we kind of learn to take a step back. But if they're having fun with us and they want to, you know, make some silly remarks saying, "Oh, great, your employees were in such a good mood at the airport today," we'll try to, you know, treat it with the appropriate level of levity back.
Thank you so much. Marifa?
I will say listen, show that you care, and act fast. Maybe you don't have the answer, but as long as you are responding saying, we're going to look into this, and we're here, we're listening, people will actually, you know, take a step back and actually, you know, engage with you. Then you can take some time and go and find out what is the problem. Obviously, we train our customer service team so that they know they have the access to like accounts, names, and all of that. We don't. So they are trained and they know what to do. But what we tell them all the time is just be responsive, right? Maybe you don't have the answer, but, you know, provide some type of response so that they know that we're listening. We do have, in terms of policy, we have a decision tree so that we created many years ago so that we know, okay, if it is customer service, it goes to this person. If it is, I don't know, client related, it goes to this person so that we know who to reach out to depending on the question that we get.
Thank you so much. Joe?
As far as negative comments in social media, in social networks, I tell printers and everybody who I talk to just embrace it. Embrace the fact that it's going to happen and use it as an opportunity to serve your customers and to show the global community what a great company you are in dealing with those issues and those problems. It's not just negative comments, but it's also how do you deal with those negative comments and the ability to show everybody that you're a company that's concerned about, you know, what's being done with your clients and with your customers.
Thank you so much. Actually, use the other mic, please, Joe.
Oh, sorry.
And I'm loving you sticking to the Twitter answers. Thank you. Go.
So I'm sort of gonna tag team on both responses.
That's what she said. Sorry.
By the way, I wrote down shadowboxing. We need to hashtag shadowboxing. I think it's awesome.
TM. Okay. Go ahead.
So a couple things. I agree with what you say. You know, if you're getting negative feedback, imagine how much you don't know about. So when you do find it, yes, you need to respond and embrace, but you need to learn from it, and figure out what can I do to make sure it doesn't happen. And if you're not the person responsible, then you need to find who in your company is. To your point about policies, I guess I'm fortunate since I'm the one that runs it all that I have to police myself. But I do make it very clear to the team and the staff to feel free to, you know, share, retweet, do everything. But if they come across something and they're not sure how to respond, to let me know and I will deal with it. And one piece of advice, Mara, for what you're saying is you know where to divvy up. If you are going to pass off something to another department or another person, let that customer or whoever's engaged you originally, let them know that you're doing that. And don't just do it, because they might just sit there and wait and think that nothing's being done, and in the meantime, lots is going on behind the scenes, and then follow up with them. Even if you know it's been taken care of, reach out. Hey, how's it going? Did we help you? How else can we help you? And
Thanks
then
so
move
much.
on.
Ashley?
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to quote tweet Joanne and Marifer here because
Quote tweet.
I mean, basically, people, they're in a public.
Retweet. I'm retweeting your quote tweet. Sorry.
They're on a public platform because they want to be heard, and something's upsetting. So just let them know that if you don't even have an answer right then, just let them know that, hey, we saw this, sorry this happened, and we're going to get someone in touch with you soon.
Okay, so just when I go to social media as a consumer, I'm going on there to get an answer. Period, end of story. Because I have utilized all my regular channels, and now I'm going to make a public freaking temper tantrum and get some action. And I'm talking as a regular person, like just someone stuck in an airport. Sorry, that was actually true. But I never yell at TSA, I always yell at Delta. But they always respond to me and make me a friend. And they even sent me left me a little postcard in my seat once, thanking me for contacting them. So, I mean, they really do pay attention to that. But we kind of touched upon this a little. Go ahead, Jojo.
So they used print to thank you for engaging them in
Yes.
social media.
Yes.
I just have to point that out.
Yes, that's why I mentioned it. And I actually tweeted them a picture of the postcard and said, "Thank you for caring enough to send this in print." So,
Nice.
thank you. What are the most common customer questions coming through your accounts? And also a combo question: what is the customer expectation of a response time, and how are you guys managing this proactively? Question?
Our most common question is, TSA, why do you suck so bad? Which we hear pretty regularly. Not as much now, though. But no, the most common questions we get: am I allowed to bring this on an airplane? Am I not allowed to bring this on an airplane? Or I'm in the airport and I'm having a problem. Can you help? We see a lot of those type of engagements. A lot of people that have TSA pre-check membership and they're not getting access to the lanes. So we try to assist them as quickly as possible. Our goal for engagement is 15-minute response time. And so far, we're at about 15 to 20 minutes. We're getting better. But we realize that people are in the airports, so they're getting ready to go to the airports. It's a stressful time for them, and we want to give them a response as quickly as possible.
Thank you so much.
So Pitney Bowes is a global technology company, right? Print is only one piece of our business. We have global e-commerce, location intelligence solutions, a large broad of solutions. So when it comes to customer service, the questions that we get is, where is my package? We actually ship a lot of products across the globe, right. So believe it or not. When it comes to print, though, we always get really good messages, very positive. So I don't have anything to say about that. We love engaging when we go to events. That's where we get most of the action, most of the engagement. So that's what we love. And it's really a big part of our marketing budget to be present and engage with our clients and prospects in person and at the same time on social media. So.
And in the printerverse.
Sorry, what?
And in the printerverse.
Oh, and yes, of course, that's why we're here. The printerverse and the print chats and two chats.
Yeah, Marifer gives me social media credibility, and because Marifer's being very, very humble, but she's got one of the most powerful Twitter accounts out there, quite frankly, in the printing industry. And when she says that they're talking global commerce, she's not kidding. Their account is massive and global. And if you want to grow your audience with some really, really smart people, connect to the people following this Pitney Bowes channel, and especially to the people they're following. It's a great community, and I'm always thrilled to have you, so thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Joe?
So at this point, the biggest question that we get through our social networks mostly has to do with just sales questions. what can your product do to help me? What's the base of your product? So anything that's related to them, investigating our product a little bit more, our MIS, and getting those answers. Our response time, we've got multiple people that are looking through all of our social accounts, and we try to get within an hour response time, especially on sales questions. The faster you get back, the better you're going to be. If I can, in very Twitter-esque, I got a quick story that I want to share about monitoring your social networks. It's important to monitor what people are saying about you. I had a friend a couple days ago who was at a hospital, thought they saw a Jimmy John's person carrying a bag across, so they're like, let's go talk to that person, we want Jimmy John's. And it turned out it was a medical transport bag for transporting organs, so it was really kind of funny. So my friend tweeted it, and within 10 minutes, Jimmy John's had tweeted back a statement. So they're closely monitoring, so it's important that you monitor your accounts as well.
Thanks so much. Joanne?
So much like Joe, and Joe, print MIS, but yet there's been no blood. Most of our questions are sales related. A lot are about what types of web-to-print storefronts that we integrate with. Those seem to be more common recently. And to your point about responding, I do have a great social media story to share that has absolutely nothing to do with this industry and everything to do with Deborah and Honey Crisp Apples. And I remember, I think it was last year, where you introduced me to Honey Crisp Apples, and I made some comment about Honey Crisp Apples, and I think within half an hour, they were following me on Twitter. And then I shared it. So.
And I love Peeps, those little marshmallow Peep things. And Peeps, I was talking about Peeps, and I was like, I love these damn things. And Peeps tweeted me and thanked me. They didn't send me any coupon for Peeps, by the way. But if they had a print connection to their social channels, they could have. Ashley.
For us, the vast majority of our communications through social media are really positive. Just somebody telling us they really loved our recent promotion, or look what I did on your paper, from printers and designers. So, and at that point, we just respond as quickly as we can to let them know that we heard them and ask if we can share it. So for us, it's pretty positive.
Cool. So we have a Hanukkah Minolta event coming up. I don't want anyone to leave. We have snacks, we have cake, and coffee. But before we leave, we'll come down from Ashley. Give them your Twitter account, your booth number, your website, and how they can get in touch for after the show.
We're in booth 3240, right over there, I think, the Domtar booth. Our Twitter account is Domtar Blue Line, at Domtar Blue Line. Also, we have at Domtar Every Day.
Thank you so much for being here, for participating for Printiverse Alliance. Jojo?
We're in booth 635, and we're at Avanti Systems, or hashtag Ask Avanti.
Thank you so much, Jojo. Alliance member, 3-peat, 4-peat, yay. Joe?
We're in booth 240, completely the opposite side of where we're at right now, so it's a good workout for you at the end of the day. And our Twitter is at Docket Manager.
Thank you so much for joining the Alliance. First-time Alliance member, Maddie Farr.
Penny Boss is at booth 848. Follow us at Penny Boss, and we'll see you on the print chat on Wednesday.
And also Power Precision Chat.
And Power Precision Chat on every month, different topics. So you get to enjoy and learn a little bit about everything about Penny Boss.
And thank you so much, Mara, for it's always, dare I say, you class up the joint, so thank you so much. David, TSA, again, thank you guys so much for your service. How can people get in touch? What should they know? Tell them about traveling home now in this weather storm situation. What should they do?
TSA does not have a booth here, but we are at an airport near you. Please connect with us on Twitter at either at TSA, or if you have questions or comments, at Ask TSA, or the same handle on Facebook Messenger. Everyone travel safely. It's a busy time travel-wise. A lot of flights rescheduled and moving parts right now. So just take your patience when you get to the airport, and everyone get home safe.
Thank you so much, and thanks everybody. Please stay for the Hanukkah event. It's going to start in like 5 minutes. And people can help themselves to some snacks, but I'm warning you, if you take a snack, you have to sit down. you, Lady Scan-A-Lot. She will come